I want to show you the most efficient approach I've discovered to maintaining the feeling of your wish fulfilled. And my friend, if you're on this video, then this means that you're already practicing the law of assumption and you're already passionate about manifesting your desires. But if we're really honest, this can be really hard sometimes. It can be hard to maintain a high state of being. And so, if you don't have the right tools to do that, then it will be really challenging. But with the content of this video, with the discovery I've made, I'm sure that you find it much more easier and efficient to maintain this high state, this intense feeling state that will allow you to manifest your desires. So my friend, if this is something important for you, stay with me until the end of the video and I'm sure you'll get so much out of it. And now let us begin. First of all, I want to tell you that this is all based on my personal experiences, and it's basically I've been testing and learning a lot about manifestation, about a lot about the law of attraction, and just lately I've gone deep into Neville Goddard's teaching. So I can honestly say from my experience they're the deepest ones. And you probably have seen that Neville always talks about and gives experience and gives stories and like testimonials of how other people he told the law of assumption to achieve their desire. And so I was wondering within myself, okay, why would Neville speak so much about other people's experiences compared to his own experiences? Because if you have read some of his books, you see all these stories all over the place. He's not just speaking of his own experiences. He shares the experiences of many people. And I was wondering, okay, how is this connected to the law of assumption? Is there some deeper connection to that? Maybe applying the law of assumption to other people in your life who you love and who you care for is the way to maintain a high state all the time and to manifest your own desires. And so with this contemplation, eventually I found out that if you were to apply the law of assumption not only for yourself, but also apply the law of assumption for the other important people in your life, your family, your friends, your romantic partner, your business partner, acquaintances that you want to get closer with. If you apply the law of assumption to their lives, not only to your own life, well, what happens is that you just have more opportunities to maintain this high state of frequency, the state of the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Because it doesn't really matter if it's your own wish that is fulfilled or if it's other people's wishes that are being fulfilled. Because if you feel happy for a friend of yours' wish being fulfilled, then the state of happiness is again the same state you would experience when your own wish is fulfilled. And so this is the discovery I made. And now with this discovery, it's interesting, okay, how we can practice that. How we can practice applying the law of assumption to other people so that we can maintain this feeling of the wish fulfilled for ourselves. Well, first of all, there are a couple of rules we need to remember about the law of assumption in the first place. And I'll just go through them briefly and then basically explain to you why this works so efficiently. So first of all, we need to remember, and these are again Neville's words, they're not mine. The conscious mind generates and impresses ideas to the subconscious. This is probably obvious to you already. So it's like we use our conscious selective thought to impress ideas to our subconscious. And in our conscious daily waking life, we have a lot of experiences with other people, right? It's like we meet others and like we interact with them on a daily basis. This can be again in your family, in your work, when you go out with friends. So you have a lot of experiences with other people. And of course you also have your inner life, like your own dreams, your own desires and the actions that you're taking towards them to fulfill them. But other than that, you are also like a social creature. You have so many people around you. And I can assure you that most of the ideas in your mind, like in your everyday thinking mind, are related to other people. So it's like whenever you are experiencing some form of state in your daily life, I would assume that it's like 20 to 30% of the time this is related to your own inner experience of yourself, and the other 60 to 70%, 70 to 80%, the feelings you experience are related to other people. So if your intention again is to maintain the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you need to use your conscious mind to generate and impress ideas to your subconscious mind, not only for you, but also for other people in your life. And your subconscious mind then will receive those ideas and give them form and expression. And so think about it this way. Let's say part of you is still skeptical about the law of assumption. Part of you still doesn't believe it really works. Part of you is still, maybe still believes this is some form of naive concept that not every, like, that is just, that only hopeful people believe in. And the reality is that the world is not made out of consciousness, and like there are materialistic walls to which the world surrenders. And okay, let's just assume that you're a little skeptical. And so if you're skeptical, you would naturally want to prove to yourself that the law of assumption works, right? This is probably the case. And so now imagine if you are able to see the law of assumption work for other people in your life instead of just for yourself. Because if you just apply it for yourself, then this would naturally like put a lot of pressure on your shoulders. It's like trying to prove to yourself and to others that this really mystical and like really deep wall works. And if you're just using your own experience to prove that it works, it will be hard. But let's assume something else now. Let's assume that you take a risk and apply the law of assumption not only to yourself again, but also to other people in your life, to your loved ones, to your close ones. And so how would that look like? You would use your conscious mind to generate and impress ideas about the people you love in your life, of how they achieve what they desire. And so for you to be able to do that, first of all, you need to listen to everybody in your life. Yeah? Like you need to be attentive. You need to know what your close ones' dreams and desires are. Because if you were to imagine them in the light of their wishes already being fulfilled, you need to know what they really desire. And so my friend, another interesting thing that you will find is that think about how easy it is to feel happy for the achievement of another person instead of feeling happy towards your own achievement. And this is again, this is just human nature. This is how naturally works. Many people are afraid of being egocentrical and selfish. And if they were to just use the law of assumption to achieve their own desires, again, this puts a lot of pressure on our backs. But if let's say as we assume we start using the law of assumption to achieve other people's desires, then it's like we really can start believing in it and apply it more efficiently to our own life. So it's like, since we are social creatures, and since we're kind of afraid of being like too egocentrical and too selfish and being judged because of that, then if we were to apply the law of assumption to our closed ones, then we take all that pressure away. And what happens is that we will be able to maintain this high state of feeling, this high state of the feeling of your wishes and your closed one wishes being fulfilled, which is again the same feeling. Like, it doesn't really matter if you feel good because a closed one fulfilled their feelings, or if you feel good because you fulfilled your own feeling. It's the same expansive and positive feeling. And the idea here is again to maintain that, because obviously, like when your wish is fulfilled, you feel good about it. And so it's like the more you feel good about your life in general, the faster your wishes will become fulfilled. And so it's like, if you're able to think of other people, of your loved ones' experiences, and like imagine them in the light of their wish being fulfilled, you're doing yourself a service. And also you're doing them a service. Because it's like you're letting go of a lot of pressure, of a lot of the burden you carry on your back of being too selfish to applying this law for yourself, even though, let's say, some part of you doesn't really believe in it. And if you were to apply it to other people, you have more proof that it works, because you start seeing your closed ones being really happy and like sharing with you how they fulfill their goal, and you know subconsciously in your mind, you know that you have helped them with that. You have provided them value, even if it wasn't like practical, even if it was just in your imagination. And you'll see how that serves you again in fulfilling your own desire. But again, now let's get into the creative process of how this actually works. You have a conscious idea. A conscious idea, it's like you direct your attention to accept, like to be curious, and then accept, to be curious of how you would feel if your wish was being fulfilled, and like how your closed ones would feel if their wishes were being fulfilled. And it's like this conscious idea then gets translated into feelings. And the more feelings you can generate, because you're not using just your experience, you're using the experiences of other people around you, the more feelings you can generate, the more positive feelings you can generate, the more this will drive you to act. And to act, it's almost like automatic action. You find yourself acting automatically towards the fulfillment of your own desire, because now you have a lot of positive feelings that you have generated, because you not only use your own experience, you also use the experiences of other people. And you imagine your friends, your family, your partner in the light of their wishes already being fulfilled. And it's like, then this will inspire you to fulfill your own wish, because you're like, think about it in this way. Anytime some close friend of yours brags about fulfilling something or about achieving something, if you're really close to them, you also feel good about them achieving that thing, right? And it's like some part of you becomes inspired to also follow your own dreams, because you see how your friend is progressing in life, and you're like, whoa, I have so many great friends around me, I'm surrounded by so many great people. And this inspires you to go on and fulfill your own dream. And if that were to happen consistently, you would consistently feel inspired to go on and fulfill your own dream. And not only that, and maybe this is a topic for another video, let me know if you find it interesting, but not only that, but if you apply the law of assumption to your closed ones' experience, you will see how they unconsciously start supporting you in the fulfillment of your own desire. So it's almost like you will see how the universe starts acting in your favor, because you're using the walls of this universe. Like, again, the wall of assumption, it's a wall. It's like the wall of gravity, it's a wall. It works no matter if you believe in it or not. And if you start applying it to other people's lives, your loved ones, you will see how they naturally give you the favor back. And it's like they naturally start supporting you in the fulfillment of your own desire. So this is the creative process. This is like what we need to know to understand how the law of assumption works. We have a conscious mind. This is what you're in control of. You generate and you press ideas of your own wishes being fulfilled, and of like what would that feeling be like, and of the wishes of other people, of your closed ones, their wishes being fulfilled. And if you start with your closed ones, it will start becoming easier and easier to apply it to your own life. I tell you, it's so interconnected, because this is a universal law, and it's like, it works for you, it works for everybody. And if you start applying it to other people in your life, you let go of a lot of the pressure to apply it on yourself, because you wouldn't feel selfish anymore. And this feeling of selfishness will not get in the way. So you will naturally let it go, and you'll be able to maintain this high state of frequency, of vibration. And so, okay, at the end, something else to know. Feeling is the only medium through which ideas are conveyed to the subconscious. So it's like, again, the purpose here is to maintain a feeling, not to think so much. And just think about, recall all the moments you feel feelings in your interactions with your closed ones. And if you can make all those interactions positive, on a high frequency feeling, on like experiencing consistent gratitude, consistent joy, consistent, like being glad about your closed ones progressing in life. If you were to experience those feelings on a consistent basis, this would automatically assume that your feelings are fulfilled, and you'll see how your life just becomes more and more synchronistic as to attracting the fulfillment of your own desires. So, knowing this is the case, knowing feeling is the only medium through which ideas are conveyed to the subconscious, I challenge you, my friend. Use the law of assumption for your friends, not only for yourself. Imagine, like, take 5 of your friends, 4 of your friends, and imagine them on a daily basis, how they come back to you and brag about and it's like they feel, they rejoice in the feeling of fulfilling their desires, and they share with you those feelings. And you, if you are a little empathetic, and I believe most people who are into Neville Goddard teachings are like, even some form of being sensitive, even it could be being sensitive, it could be being empathetic, it could be like being spiritual, being seekers, and it's like we naturally care for the well-being of others. So again, if you apply this law for the well-being of others, you'll find yourself consistently being able to maintain the feeling of your wish fulfilled. And this will take so much pressure out of your shoulders, and you naturally start attracting your own desires, because it's like the law of assumption will start proving itself everywhere, like in your friend's experience, in your family, in your partner, and then you become more and more inspired to use it for yourself, because you start believing in it. You have all those testimonials, all those proofs of other people, and it's like the more belief you have of it, the more you will be using it, and the more you will be able to maintain this feeling of the wish fulfilled again. So again, my friend, this is the secret I've discovered, and I've used this for myself. I've used this for clients, like for clients I've worked with personally. I had this, like, one girl I worked with, one woman I worked with, which she was feeling really worried about her brother not following his dreams and not achieving them, and she was trying to help him so much, and she was feeling like sad because she was not able to help him, and this feeling of sadness was infiltrating her experience a lot, so that she was not able to be productive in her own life. And I just told her, okay, can you imagine your brother, like, instead of you trying to give him advice, instead of you trying to help him practically, can you just imagine him? Can you take, like, every day, like 5 to 10 minutes to imagine him, how he realized something about himself that put him in a position in which he found it meaningful to pursue his desires, and then, like, he started doing that for 2 or 3 weeks, and then he came to you and he was sharing with you the joy of actually being more productive in his everyday life. And since she was feeling sad towards him before that, and this was infiltrating her experience again, when she started imagining him in this way, like 2 to 3 weeks passed, and her brother came back to her and was telling her that he was able by himself to achieve what he wanted. And before she was feeling worried towards him, now she was feeling the joy, the same feeling of joy he experienced because he was fulfilling his own desire. And this feeling of joy, like, she shared this feeling of joy with him, and then she became more inspired to following her desire. So this is what I mean, my friend. It's all interconnected. So if you get this concept, if you understand it, please take a moment, like, take some time and start applying the law of assumption, not only to you, not only for you, but also for your loved ones. You'll thank me later, because you'll see this is the easiest way to maintain the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This was everything I wanted to share in this video. If you liked it, like it, comment down below, let me know what are your opinions, let me know if you've tried it actually, if you tried using it for other people and what are the results that you have experienced. I would love to make a discussion. And also, if you love content related to manifestation, to polarity, to the law of assumption, to metaphysics in general, then subscribe, and to relationships, then subscribe to this channel, because everything I'll produce there will be related to these concepts. So thank you again for watching, love you, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.